In studio right now is the Herkimer County guys, Jim Bono and Bernard Peplinski. Gentlemen, good morning, and thanks for coming in. So, big news finally came to. You were able to announce it.
You were able to announce it.
Well, we kind of did a little bit.
By the way, who's your mole?
That one I can't say, but I can say my father wanted to make sure it was very clear he knew nothing.
We had to waterboard him.
Yeah, I figured that's what I heard. So my father is on the Herkimer County Legislature. So you're excited. Now, tell me this though. Right now, Tractor Supply will not still confirm. They still won't confirm that the Frankfort is the location.
Well, there's a lot of permitting, a lot of final work that's got to be done, you know, to say, all right, they're going to be able to break ground, say, in July 1st, which what their plans are.
Which is right around the corner.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
which is good.
It's a lot of...
and by this time next year, you'll be talking about hiring, right? They're saying
absolutely. That'll ramp up quick.
Yeah.
They plan on starting, putting shovel in the ground around July 1st.
Okay.
And once that happens, the applications will be out, and
got it. Okay.
And that'll be through our one-stop working solutions. They'll be working out of that office. Their H&R people will be right there. They'll have a full staff there, so anybody who's interested in getting a job can go down there in Herkimer on Main Street. And
very nice.
Yeah.
And the facility really close to some very good carbs. Heidelberg bread I'm talking about.
Oh,
you got that. You
absolutely.
caught me there.
Carbs on my mind right now.
Neighbor.
I've been on this zero
No,
carbs
be a great
thing.
neighbor.
Pretty tight.
I love Heidelberg bread.
Pretty tight timeline. You're looking at July 1st. They hope to have the building enclosed, say, November, so they can be working on the inside through the winter. Hopefully, they'll be in and ready to go November of 2018.
Yeah.
So as far as employees and whatever else.
Wow, that's a long time to build.
It is.
No, we're talking building from July to November as far as the building itself and enclosing it. And then through the winter, they're on the inside, finishing off the inside.
Got it, okay.
So that they're going into the next summer, putting in all the equipment.
Huge structure. It's
that's
close
the
to
other
1 million
thing.
square feet.
I think we're going to be surprised when driving by there. This is definitely changing the landscape of that 5S corridor near the Frankfort Fairgrounds.
930,000 square feet initially, and then it will ramp up. This will be their largest distribution center in the country.
Wow.
In the country.
So when they're all said and done, it will, or even at the initial stage.
When they're said and done,
Okay.
At the initial stage.
Because they're starting out with what, and then planning to go to what?
300,000 square feet. It would be the additional.
Wow.
Yeah. So and all of their distribution centers have ramped up that additional space. So
got it.
They look forward to having that.
What's interesting is when you look into this company, and when I first heard, we were hearing Amazon. That was early on, and everybody was talking about Amazon. They're going to be building a... but then you heard Tractor Supply, and there was almost like a disappointment. And I was like, Tractor Supply? Then you started looking into it, which is what I did when I started trying to break this story. You start looking into Tractor Supply. It is named one of the most growing companies, fastest growing companies in the United States right now.
$6.8 billion in revenues.
Yeah.
Yearly revenue. So it's...
And they this is the perfect location, right? Because they like places like this. They're
off the throughway. Plus, it's a more rural area. They service, not the metropolitan areas, but your rural, your farm areas, whatever. And being off the throughway is another key. They're just down the road, going one way or east or west.
Yeah.
When we met with them, they obviously come out, and we meet with them probably. We met with them probably a half a dozen times, and they bring a full team out into the community. They see what's out in the community, civic organizations, what the political climate is, what the churches are like, what the schools are like. But the main thing was the workforce, and so we showed them around. We wined and dined them and brought them through the valley, brought them through the two-county area. Actually, they liked what they saw. They were impressed. And
drove by WIBX over here.
Good to show them. This is where, this
is where it happens.
These are the ones who are going to be hounding you to try to get that story out there. I've been on with their rep in New York back and forth, and they're paying very careful attention to what we say and don't say here, which is a good sign, I think.
Can you talk about how this came to be? Was this something initiated by the state? Was it something you guys, something in Herkimer County where that was uncovered? Does somebody know somebody?
It had to be the work of the governor.
No, it's actually a combination. In fact, the developer was here somewhere like 10 years ago, they were looking at a Walmart site. So he was aware of this site. He always felt it was a good site.
Yeah.
And when they first came down here, that was his first comment. How can this site still be sitting here?
Still be sitting there.
And not having a tenant in it.
Yeah.
And they came in working
We did some additional work there, too.
Yeah, well, our legislature and our IDA now, they've been working with this some 20 years. The property was purchased 20 years ago.
So it's
and the infrastructure and everything since then.
And we saw those changes. I mean, I living in the valley would drive by and see, the roads were put in through there, and it still remained empty. And I'm assuming sewage lines and water lines. All of that stuff had to be done.
That park is 100%
ready to go,
shovel ready and permit ready. All they had to do is come in and pick a lot or two, and they picked actually around 20 lots. There's 140 acres there that they're going to develop.
What does that leave left?
There's about 20 acres. There'll be about 4 lots near Heidelberg. If you take Heidelberg and go east along Route 5S, right on the corner there, those are prime lots. There'll be those 4 lots left, and we're tapped out after that.
That's pretty awesome. And talk about the history of the pumpkin patch. Why it's called the pumpkin patch?
Years ago,
that's where we got our pumpkins when I was a kid.
There were probably 5 or 6 owners on that whole site there that the county bought out of in pieces, and a majority of them were farmers, and a lot of them planted pumpkin, tomato, corn, the regular cash crop. But for some reason, it got coined the pumpkin patch, and it's been affectionately known as that.
The pumpkins were visible from the highway.
There used to be a little shed out there. The pumpkins would be sitting out there.
Where are you getting your pumpkins? We're going to the pumpkin patch. And I think a couple times they did like the haunted house or the hayride type thing. They were doing all that stuff as years went on. So, well, listen, this is great news. It's nice to be able to tout some positive, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
There'd be great jobs. 350 jobs. We'd sorely needed in upstate.
Definitely needed. And yes.
One quick thing. Hi from Evan and Ziggy.
Okay. All right. Well, you send it right back. All right.
You got it.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thanks, Bill.
Again, 2018 is when this is. But this summer is when construction is expected to begin.
They're looking July 1st. If everything goes as far as permitting and everything, they want shovel in the ground.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you again.
Thank you.